Well, they say if you grab their kids, or just put in a tire out.
Roy?
Yeah.
There we go. Here we go. Mark. It's really like not the most exciting yet. It will be when we're going to show something.
May we have a little bit of volume, please?
Kaleidoscope, and there's an emphasis on brand because it's a show where we reflect on the diverse and ever-shifting pattern of the marketing and advertising industries. Each week we'll showcase unique marketing and branding strategies, explore the intricacies of the world of advertising, and touch on the latest in media trends. Well, to mirror the ever-flexible dynamic marketing environment, visual facilitator Roy is joining the Kaleidoscope team, painting live interpretations of our interviews in studio. And for those of you who don't know exactly what a visual facilitator does, Roy is here to show us what I mean. Roy, welcome. And yeah, you're part of the team now.
Thank you very much, Mandla.
Now, what does a visual facilitator actually do?
Well, this visual facilitator does quite a lot of different things. I capture on my tablet PC on a big screen in a venue at things like meetings, conferences, seminars, think tanks. I capture the ideas that are going along in the room and I make them visual. And what that does is it creates a visual anchor for people to retain their knowledge and to challenge their own understanding of the knowledge.
One might argue that we're already on a visual medium. Now, how does it add on to what television already provides?
Well, it's
for a show like Kaleidoscope.
For Kaleidoscope in particular, what it's doing is it's just adding a live interpretation aspect to things. So it's giving people watching TV the ability to get a different perspective as the information is being delivered to them. So it's really a bit of fun for people. It's to enliven the room. For instance, in a conference room, you know, if we take it back off the television medium, often people have their PowerPoints and you have an audience that's shuffling and half asleep and they're playing on their Blackberries. When you have a visual facilitator in the room, what happens is people tend to look at what's going on the screen, they're looking at the PowerPoint, and they're synthesizing the information for themselves. It really isn't what they
necessarily in a presentation form.
No, it's a question I get asked quite a lot by people that have ever encountered visual facilitation. You know, they really think, well, surely an artist playing games on his computer is going to really distract
How do you want to go that far?
What it does is it utilizes an advertising principle called cognitive dissonance. And that is, when the human brain is given a puzzle, it strives to solve the puzzle. Mm-hmm. So while I'm drawing, for instance now, I'm busy putting in some color, let's put in some yellow under the live.
Yeah, and our viewers can see it on screen.
Yeah, while I'm doing this, while the color's going down, there is a bit of a puzzle happening in people's brains.
Yeah.
They're wondering why I'm doing that.
Yeah.
How it connects to what I'm saying. So when that,
how does it though?
Well, what it does, it does it chemically.
Okay.
Through the neural pathways in your brain. You're simply presented with the puzzle, you see it, your brain interprets it, and you move on.
Okay.
Now, while that's just on a low level. On a higher level, I've got a lot of experience in a lot of different fields. I've spent most of my life in advertising.
It was going to be my next question, actually, to give me some examples of the work you've done.
Okay. I will show you some examples. And just talking of the advertising side of things, that gives me the knowledge to be able to pull out relevant stuff. Here's an example of my business card. Roy paints live instant interpretations of the ideas in your meeting, seminar, or workshop. And he creates vivid, memorable pictures of your events on the tablet PC. This is Paul Dutoit, or Paul Dutoit in South Africa, Paul Dutoit for his overseas clients. I made this summary of one of the talks he gave at a conference.
Okay.
This is Justin Cohen. I'm just going to enlarge that for you. Whoops, I enlarged it a little bit too much, didn't I? Let's show you. I'm really just grabbing the idea. So Beryl Dean Stemp, guest speaker. I'm having the thoughts as they come, putting God on my side. He was saying having a good agent is like putting God on your side.
Okay.
So that's old Justin over there. He's probably a familiar face to TV viewers. I really just go for giving people a view of what I find interesting. This picture on screen here is Alvin Law. He's a Canadian speaker. He has no arms, and he plays the drums and he plays the piano.
Wow.
And he said to me beforehand, he said, "Please don't be embarrassed to do anything you want." He says, "I've heard every kind of thing you can imagine about my armlessness. So make puns. It helps people engage."
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay, he doesn't have arms.
Yeah. He says, "I don't like free handouts." That's one of his key puns. So you can see it's colourful, it's vivid. What it does is it really makes the thing memorable for people, Manza.
Yes, yes. Okay, Roy. That's well. We're going to have Roy right through the show from now on, and viewers will be able to enjoy your visual interpretations of the interviews we do on the program. We look forward to it.
Thank you very much, Manza. I will be back on quick in a few minutes.
Oh, it's time to check out our